What's up, TATS Nation? Welcome to number 33. I'm Chef Luke.
Dirty Rice.
We are at downtown Fayetteville.
Pho Labs.
And let's just get right into Mac Facts.
Mac Facts, man. November 7th. It's today. 1991, man. One of the most iconic NBA players.
Michael Jordan?
He faced him. No. But the other guy, the other guard, Magic Johnson, man. Magic Johnson announced he was HIV positive. That's big news, man. It was huge. It was huge at the time. It's like people like
it's all over Times Magazine.
Yeah, dismiss like HIV and AIDS as like an underground disease, with people of certain lifestyles. But when an NBA star comes through, hey man, I ain't saying that, but
that was the time. That's what they said. The homosexual.
Well, but there's a new type of lifestyle now.
It's
NBA lifestyle.
And the NBA lifestyle now. But but announcing this, it opened up this thing, and it started Magic activism. You know what I mean? About like letting people know, because people always kind of just thought about it as just certain kind of people.
He was probably one of the top 5 greatest players when healthy, right before the HIV.
Yeah,
he was going to go down.
He retired right away.
Yeah, he would have won probably multiple championships. If you remember all that though, players were afraid that his blood during like a scrape or something like that would get into their blood and they would contract the HIV virus because they didn't know enough about it. And that's really why he got chased out of the league. It wasn't like he couldn't play anymore.
Yeah. The league would have been shut down because he was playing.
They were worried about contracting the virus through blood or sweat.
Yeah. Man. But we've learned a lot. We've come a long way in the past 27 years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So And he's still healthy. He probably still takes his cocktails. He doesn't take his cocktails. So I don't know. We've come a long way, but definitely that's such a watershed moment in sports and HIV.
I would say definitely big moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one. It's a birthday, but it's not anybody that's played sports or anything, man. It's a guy named Hiroshi Yamauchi. The guy on the right there, president of Nintendo and former principal owner of the Seattle Mariners. Man, he bought the Mariners in 1992 when the team was. If it was bought by like somebody from outside of Seattle. I mean, Nintendo of America was in Seattle. You know what I mean? So he bought them to keep them in town. Because he didn't. I mean, he I don't know what the reason was, but
I guess he no longer owns it.
Yeah. He's dead now. He died in 2013. But
so did he get Ichiro? Was he part of the?
Yeah.
That brought Ichiro?
Oh yeah, that guy right here is Kazuhiro Sasaki. The closer, at about the same time. But President Nintendo and Mariners owners, why that picture right there. Got Pikachu and Mariners hat right there, man. But he saved the team from moving. Now, 6 years later, it's a great market to be in now. Sports team, it's a rich market. You know what I mean? A lot of corporate money there.
A lot of stars came from Seattle. I hear Safeco Field is a great ballpark to visit.
Oh yeah.
But they have a good team. They're just not obviously a playoff team.
Yeah,
but they have a good team. They always turn out big stars.
Yeah, but they about to ship out Hernandez though. They about to ship him.
Well, that's fine. They got Paxton to take over. They got Paxton. That's where Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, the '95 team was really what saved them. That's really what forged the thing to build a new stadium. Safeco. I think that offseason was the vote to build a new stadium.
Was Safeco the first retractable roof?
Sky, what's now, or whatever. Sky in Toronto.
In Toronto?
That was the first retractable roof.
Oh, that's a crappy one. That's a crappy one.
It was open in 91, 92, but it was the first. I can't think of another one that had a retractable roof other than that.
Yeah. Well, I would still consider safe because they had a nice one. They had a real nice one.
It's just more. I mean, it was 10 years later. It gotta be better, right?
Yeah. Well, it's because I think the Blue Jays. I don't think the Blue Jays were that relevant to probably recently.
No, Blue Jays won the World Series '92 and '93, brother.
Hey man, don't drop back facts on me.
Dude, they had some good teams, man.
Really?
Oh man, I mean, they had like, dude, the fucking Blue Jays team was, man. They had like Joe Carter, Dave Winfield, John Olerud, who's pitching like Tom Hankey, Pat Henkin. Dude, these guys were like, dude, they probably had the biggest payroll in baseball at the time.
See, this is where your knowledge just completely exceeds mine because I don't have that much history.
Yeah, but they won back-to-back World Series. They beat the Braves '92 and the Phillies. That's the Joe Carter walk-off against the Wild thing, Mitch Williams, man. Yeah.
Oh, that? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Somebody's, you cooking in the corner there, Jeff. What's going on?
Man, so I got this guy.
Uh-oh.
His name is Caleb Lightburn. And so the official play was this was a onside kick. So let's just roll film and we can kind of see what's going on here. Whoa! What happened? We got a slow mo. It's hard so it's zoomed in. Yeah. So you plan for it and you do that. I mean, I know kickers practice, onside kicks and all that. That was terrible because you know what? You just took the lead against OSU, against Ohio State. And then you do that. The onside kick, if it would have worked, it probably would have, been a surprise to them. And then, you probably get the ball back. We don't know what happened there, but giving them a short field because, first player that touched it was obviously a Nebraska player. It's a penalty. Loser's corner for sure.
Yeah. You know what that kick reminds me of? It's like playing pool. You're trying to hit, right there, and then just you hit it, and the ball just goes the other way right there.
Oh, that happens. I'm very familiar with that. It happens to me a lot.
Just completely miss it.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, that actually happened last Wednesday when we were at Smoke and Barrel.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, sometimes, hey, man. But man, he's been. I don't play pool very often.
Yeah, we don't play pool, so we have an excuse that's our thing.
He's a kicker.
Yeah,
he's been kicking his.
His foot touches that ball like every day.
Yeah.
Minimum 10 times.
Hey, I trip walking sometimes.
No, that's because he's probably chewing gum.
No, it's because Daniel's laces aren't tied. His laces are untied a lot.
Oh yeah,
they're untied a lot.
I don't really go through the tightest knots, I guess, but if I run upstairs, my shoelaces are untied.
It's on the vibration every time it goes like the knot comes a little loose, loose, and it's just like that now.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of. Yeah. You said the vibration.
Yeah, whenever he's on the stairs,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Shaking
shaking
I'm
it,
a house.
shaking it.
I'm a big boy.
He's from Worcester.
Worcester?
There's a musical artist from the Boston area. Feel the vibration.
Feel the vibration. That's what his laces feel.
What is it? The Funky Bunch? CNC Music Factory?
This is his post-racism era when he grew up.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's go. Let's
go to
college football.
College football.
What happened? What happened?
The Hogs didn't lose.
Yes. They stayed the same. They were still not in the top 20.
No. But
That
yeah,
happened for 3
Because
years.
they're arrested.
they didn't lose.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's a relief.
Was there any major injuries that this could have helped with that they had or anything like that?
Man, dude, it's just all in the toilet.
Yeah.
It's all in the toilet. But game of the season was played, but it was a wash, man. And, Alabama, Alabama put that out, put that ass to sleep.
Shutout, right? Shutout.
Yeah, 29-0. LSU, now they have 2 losses. They'll put UCF ahead of them if UCF is undefeated. You know what I mean? LSU.
Wasn't somebody saying there's no way UCF will make it?
I don't know, but I'm just saying with 2 losses, if UCF is undefeated,
That was my call, right?
Yeah. If now with 2 losses to LSU, I mean,
I think that's
I don't think they'll vote him into the playoffs. So
No.
I think they'll still vote a one-loss team ahead of UCF, just because UCF is not in a major a major conference.
But that's kind of going away. Some of that.
yeah, it kind of is. I mean, with the playoff now, it kind of opens the door for things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the old system, that would never happen. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But now it's a little different.
Yeah. Now, I mean, with the basically Georgia, the other game, Georgia Kentucky, it's pretty much Georgia's on a collision course with Alabama for the in the SEC championship game now.
Mm-hmm.
They have 1 loss. Thing is, if Georgia loses that game,
You think they're out?
they have 2 losses now.
You think they'll be out though?
Yeah.
So let's just say the standings remain the same. So are you saying that, we're just gonna assume Georgia loses to Alabama here. So you're saying that's probably gonna be your top 4 for playoffs right there? Or you see somebody slipping out?
Michigan still
I
has
can
to
see
play.
Michigan slipping out.
They still have to play Ohio State, man. They still have to play Ohio State. So that's problematic. I mean, that's a tough game. You know what I mean? They're both 1-loss team.
Who's on the road?
Let me check.
Because I would say if Michigan's on the road.
Yeah.
If they're on the road,
it's
I'm
Ohio
gonna
State.
mark that up as an L.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Yeah, and Oklahoma still has to play West Virginia on the same weekend.
Man, I don't believe in WVU. I mean, that's just me. But that's coming from I don't really watch college football that much. Like, I just don't hear much from WVU. I don't believe in them.
They're just a small. I mean, come on, man.
What? Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I hate Geno Smith, but I'll take Geno Smith WVU over this current team right now. I don't think they were ever ranked this high. Right?
Yeah. It's been man, probably like 10 years. Like I said, we were talking earlier. Steve Slayton, Pat White years, man, 2007. But yeah. I mean, they got past Texas this past weekend, man. That's a big step, And the other game, Michigan put the spanking on Penn State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Penn State's in a free fall.
Yeah,
there's no more playoff aspirations there.
It's done there. So yeah, man, just another day. It's just another weekend. Teams getting eliminated. The playoff has already started in college football.
There's only two games left, right? 2 games left
for most teams.
Yeah,
there's two games, and a conference championship game for some. But yeah, the season's coming down to an end here, so yeah, we'll see what goes on. But yeah, anyways, but
NFL?
Yeah, buddy.
Move on to the NFL?
Yeah.
Andy, real quick, I really would have thought Nola would have been in your loser's corner because they signed Des Bryant.
That's a
That's a
win. That's a win.
It's a win.
Oh yeah, that's a win.
Well,
That's a win.
I mean, you hated Des so much.
But on this offense, like
I figured anybody that touches Des is a loser.
Well, whenever you're adding them to a team that's playoff bound, that has receivers that are hurt, you already have Citro Bob, Michael Thomas. and then now, I mean, so Michael Thomas could be like the speed guy, stretches the field. That could be your
Michael
end zone
Thomas
threat.
isn't a speed guy. He's more route guy.
Route guy. He's doing a lot.
He's more like finesse.
Yeah, he's a route guy.
Yeah.
He creates space. I mean, he has some speed, but he ran like a 4.640.
Okay.
He's not gonna. He's just a really big body who can run ridiculous routes.
So
Their speed guy is probably Traquan.
okay, well then you can use Dez in the end zone. You can use Dez in the end zone.
Yeah. He's got that body.
Because
yeah.
I know they got Watson in there, but I mean, are they
He's a
really
tight
using
end.
the
He's
big?
a tight end.
I mean,
He's a tight
are they
end.
really using
He's
his
really
big body
old.
in the end zone?
Yeah.
And he's really old.
He's
He's
like-
catching three, 4 balls a game on average. I think what's really good, and from what you were saying, I want to see if I understand. You think it's good for them to have Dez because if there is an injury, he can step up and they still have a capable receiver.
No. There is injuries. There's currently injuries
Yeah,
now, which is
I think that's
why
why
they
they signed
added
him.
him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good pickup, and I think with a veteran quarterback, I think Dez could do something. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, now the spotlight is on Dez. No, it's not gonna be that. But I think he can help them because they don't really need him. That's the thing. Is like they don't really need him. It's a good ad. It's a great ad. Like it's pretty much like like. I mean, at this point, I mean, he's probably moved up to the second on the depth chart, right?
No.
So
there's Cameron Meredith, there's Traquan Smith, and then there's Michael Thomas. So I think he could sit for them. And
he can really learn the playbook. They can develop some plays for him. And the thing is, right now, Nola has playoff Super Bowl aspirations right now. Which they absolutely should.
At this point, they are definitely like
you ain't paying him much.
Favorites, one of the favorites definitely now.
Yeah, you ain't paying him much. He can't be that much of a distraction, right? So what they're like halfway through the season. I don't think he's playing this week. I don't think he's suiting up this week. So you let him kind of go through his thing, let him learn the playbook, and then just be like, hey, you know what? Like we'll just use you.
Learn the playbook. You clown on him saying like he knows one route.
Yeah, I mean, he probably needs to be taught that one route. You need to teach him that one route.
We're gonna have a board with Andy quotes. It'll be like, Trey Young sucks. Markel Fultz sucks.
Des Bryant runs one route.
He doesn't. You can ask Jason Garrett. Ask him right now before he gets fired. And he can pick up the phone.
In fairness, has 4 plays. Des Bryant runs one route. And then
That's 25% of the playbook right there. Be like, hey, just go straight. Just go into the end zone, try to body them. It's like even from our own 1 yard line, bro. Yes.
Well, so you think they're going to be the NFC representatives in the championship for the Super Bowl?
I think with the way that they beat the Rams, yes.
And Nola.
Yeah, that was on the road.
I think that's fine. That's fine because, I don't... New Orleans is going to be fine. They proved all year that they're going to be fine. They are still the well-oiled scoring machine that they've been since Drew Brees has been there.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is too shabby.
But I'm expecting a rematch for the NFC Championship.
Yeah,
I'm definitely expecting it.
I would like to see that.
I think it's gonna be in LA though. I think it's gonna be in LA.
Okay.
I mean, LA is not much of a home field advantage.
I don't know.
Considering that Packers game though,
like the Rams.
How many Packers fans were in the stands there?
It's not gonna be a home field advantage, but they're 8-1. Because they play one more game, Nola's 7-1. So if they have a tiebreaker, obviously it's gonna go to Nola. So I think this could go back to the dome. What do they call? What dome do they call it now?
The
Mercedes-Benz Dome.
But
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got the tiebreaker now, but I think the Rams overall they're just. I mean, the Saints schedule. You see the schedule? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna slip up while the Rams, man.
The Saints, though, I think they have 4 more games at home, so I think they'll be okay.
But it's
They're strong. Carolina's like New Orleans light.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like New Orleans, but it is not. No.
But I mean, especially on the road and stuff like that, it's just I could see them slipping up one more time. But the Rams, I don't know.
The Rams been slipping though. That's the thing. To me, the Rams have been slipping.
That's true.
This defense, this high dollar front end, etc., right? They're just right now. They're just outscoring people, right? Honestly, their first loss should have been against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if I were a betting man, which I am, I would say they would at least kick a field goal to win that game if it wasn't for Ty Montgomery, former Green Bay Packer, fumbling.
Yeah, but see the thing is a lot of times you get complacent. And then you get away with certain things. It's like, damn, we still won, but But then you get that first loss, and it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. You know what I'm saying?
That shouldn't be because you can see the cracks, weeks prior. It was cracking. It wasn't like, oh, we were good, and then bam, Nola took it to us. It was like, dude, we almost lost. Okay, that was a close one. Oh, he had to come back. That's kind of the way they were, the trajectory on it. It wasn't like, oh, we've been dominating everybody every game.
Trajectory, but from the inside, you still won, so you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me. I equate it with not studying for a test back in school. It's like, damn, but I still got a B+. Hey man, I don't think I need to study here.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Hey, I did all right. Test ain't gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, this class ain't as hard as they said it was.
Yeah, exactly. But and then you bomb us like, oh shit.
Speaking of Green Bay, do you think Aaron Rodgers should be traded or request a trade?
Yes.
Hell no. Come on.
Hey, tell me why. Tell me why, Sam.
Dude, Green Bay. Hey, this is like what 14th year or something like that. He has been starting his third year or something like that when they shipped Brett Favre out or Brett Favre left or whatever. He's been the face of the franchise. You know what I mean? He is not going to request. Hell no, man.
Dude, it's looking like crap.
So?
Hey, if it looks like crap, you gotta go. Dude,
he's got.
They didn't get better at the trade deadline when they should be adding weapons. And the thing is, they always talk about in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
He is in his prime right now, and they're not trying to get better. He's not trying to get better.
Quarterback prime is way different than any other.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
he's not gonna get any. He's as good as he's gonna get right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but how many years of that do you have left? He just signed to a fat contract, right?
Right.
Yeah. Why are you not trying to get better? Why are you not going all in? Why are you not shipping a first round for Amari Cooper?
Why did you get
like the Dallas Cowboys? Because they're ready to go now.
Dude, no. He's
Khalil Mack is in their division now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They should look to be getting better.
Man. Packers is all about the brand. It's all about the brand, man. He's the face. It's like no way he's going anywhere.
Well, but I think obviously it's not going to be made public. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean by they didn't try to get better. Why would you ship that dude out? I think he was whatever safety rating.
One of their best defenders. It's
he's like a top 4 or
yeah.
5 safety based off some metric. I forgot what it was. I saw on some show.
Player, man, bro.
Why would you trade that dude out?
Everywhere.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nah, man.
The front office is not trying to get.
Trading the Oakland for those 3 first rounds.
Yeah, all next year. They got all of them.
Let's put it this way: Packers ain't trade him.
I mean,
even if he requests it.
I'm pretty sure they're not. But I'm just saying, should he ask
He's
for
asking
it?
you what you should.
Nah.
Yeah, because when you ask for it, it lets them know, hey, I'm fed up. Do something. It's not gonna be honored. You still ask for it,
Yeah. Okay. To gain some leverage.
Yeah. To make something happen.
Yeah. Push the envelope.
Throw him some more, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could see that as a gaming standpoint, but man, until his contract runs out, he ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
He ain't going
But
nowhere.
if he would express his displeasure, I think that will do something with the front office. So let's take it one step further.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mike McCarthy the guy?
He just, I think he was a coach for the Super Bowl team, right?
He was the coach for the Super Bowl team. I think that was early. It was first or second year.
So
right?
he basically bought a grace period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the
Reverse
problem.
Bill Cowher.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Bill Cowher had those 13 seasons with nothing, just a big chin on the sideline. And then he won the Super Bowl, and then he retired.
Yeah.
He reversed Bill Cowher.
That basically, with the Super Bowl win, he bought himself another 5-6 years, and
But it did like 12.
I know. Then a couple playoff wins, maybe some hope. You know what I mean? Until somebody gets tired of it.
They had that loss to Seattle, which was like a final cash loss. They had that 45-48 loss to the Arizona Cardinals and Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
They had some bad beats.
You talking about the playoff game?
Yeah,
The Cardinals?
I'm only talking about the playoff.
Yeah. The playoff game. The dude
That's what I'm talking
sacked. I think it was like Dontaris Thomas or Dansby or one of them. I think it was Dansby.
Carlos Dansby?
Yeah, Dansby. He basically got the fumble and he just ran it in for a touchdown.
But
I remember that play. Yeah,
it was like 45-48 at the end. There was no punts in the entire game.
I think it was overtime too.
There was no,
Yeah.
No, it was fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, it was
There
fourth quarter.
No punts in the entire game.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Green Bay's had some bad beats in the playoffs the last 8-10 years. But that goes back to putting a team around them, where you guys said.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings 10-sack game. Thielen called by Andy.
Yep.
Told you.
Andy said this is the week. He's not gonna get his 100 yards.
Fantasy points.
22 yards. 22 yards.
10 sacks is good for my score on fantasy. Tax league, all right. Nah, but yeah, damn, you called it. I thought I was gonna be next week, but
Yeah, I can see.
he's got a crystal ball.
I do.
He's got a crystal ball.
Sometimes he
the
does.
ball.
When he says
have
Trae
a lot
Young's
of the
terrible,
time.
I know. He has to put some Windex on it.
I have some pretty good calls. I mean, you guys just watch. You know, Trae Young, Markelle Fultz, man, it's all the same, man. It sucks. Dak Prescott sucked. I'm about to get me a new jersey this year because, you know, my favorite topic.
Mayfield jersey?
Yeah, because Calgary's took another loss. They ain't gonna make the playoffs.
So you just like losing teams? That's what
Huh?
you do?
He's tanking like he's process.
You should just you should just buy a camo jersey of the Cowboys and a camo jersey of the Cleveland because they like to tank.
Man, no. Jerry Jones does not tank. He believes even at 3-5 that they can make the playoffs.
Super Bowl team. It's a
Super Bowl team. And you know what? He came out to say some crazy stuff.
So tell us the crazy stuff he said.
He said, Dak's our quarterback.
Who's their
He
backup?
will get extended.
Who's their backup?
So that means Jason Garrett's out.
I don't
Their
know.
backup?
I don't
Is
know.
it that rookie Colt something?
Colt.
I think it's Colt something. I'll tell you right now. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Cooper Rush.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know.
Boom, Cooper Rush.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know.
Back facts, and then I got the lineups.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush. You got the back facts, I got the index.
Yeah.
That game
Oh, on
this Monday
on Monday.
was pathetic.
Oh, pathetic? Come on. It's not like he was playing like Josh Allen or Nathan Peterman.
All right, look. So
Mario,
the score was 28-14. It could have been 28-0. All right, you're probably gonna be like, oh, they gave it to Amari. They gave it to Amari first round. Nah, dude.
Yeah, that
like
first quarter touchdown.
back to back, like I don't know, strip fumbles or turnovers deep into Tennessee territory, and they scored one time.
And I think they were 1 for 4 on red zone.
Yeah, 1 for 4. And you know what? Well, first one actually, the first drive they missed a field goal. That's what you get for getting rid of the second most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Bailey.
Yeah. So you know this comes from the top, right? But there's a lot of problems beyond that. Dak Prescott is the problem. On the second drive, he threw into double coverage to try to get it to Mr. First Round trade, Amari Cooper, and he threw a pick. And then that dude ran it back to the stars like T.O. And you know what? Nothing happened, which is exactly the respect that the own Dallas Cowboys team have for the star.
They need a George Teague on the team.
Man, they need somebody out there. Like, they should have probably ran Sean Smith. I don't know, he may get hurt. But somebody
Sean
should have
Lee,
did
Sean
something.
Lee.
Somebody should have did
clothes.
so, yeah. With the hamstring all pulled
Dude,
up.
Dak
on
ain't
one
the
leg.
problem, man. It's
He
the
is the
coach.
problem.
It's the coaching staff, man. Dak is talented.
He's not.
He the statistical metrics, you know what I'm saying, like QBR and stuff, says he's good.
No,
But
hey, let's
play
go to
calling.
QBR. Let's go to QBR. I'm glad you brought that up. I gotcha.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. It's just they're not putting them in good situations. It's terrible. I mean, it's just
So QBR right now, I think Dak. So don't quote me exactly. I think Dak is like 25th ranked QBR. Right? So that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the reason, and I bring this up because
Having
you
a bad
and Daniel love to go through QBR, which I think is, to me,
It's an important.
to me it's not. It's kind of garbage. Let me tell you why. You know who else is below that? I'm gonna tell you who else is below that. Aaron Rodgers is below that. So are you telling me that you would take Aaron Rodgers as the 26th quarterback taken? You wouldn't, but he's ranked 26th. He's ranked below Dak.
It's just one thing you take into consideration, man.
No,
Aaron
man.
Rodgers has played like a 26th ranked quarterback.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing pretty
Oh,
good.
he's won them games though. When was the last time you remember Dak winning them games? I actually looked
2
back.
weeks ago.
No, I actually looked all the way back to like when he first started, and I was trying to count 300-yard games. I think He had like 4 throughout his entire career.
What about that first down he ran on Monday?
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
First
he
down.
makes plays.
Dude, look, he had fumbled. All right, I'm gonna give you this stat.
2 picks last week.
Hell yeah.
But the thing is, Aaron Rodgers takes risks. He's a gunslinger. That's what he does. Dak is just throwing it into double coverage on second down.
70-yard touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. And the only reason it's 3 weeks is because he had a bye week. Michael Gallup, he has 2 over 50-yard plays in the last 3 weeks.
All right, so let me give you this. Let me give you this really important
Okay.
stuff. All right. I think since 2014, which is when Dak entered the league.
Okay.
Really? Oh, no, he probably 15.
Something like that.
Yeah, 15, 16. This is third year.
Yeah, quarterbacks with the most 2 turnover games, which is like 10 plus, right? I'll give you the list. Jameis Winston,
Oh, yeah.
which just got
He's
benched.
probably on the top of the list.
There was a backup quarterback that I can't remember. He's no longer there.
Josh McCown.
No, it wasn't McCown. It was like a true backup like that, like barely
Like
played.
a
No, it
lifetime
Jacob
backup.
Peterman.
wasn't that. Derek
Yeah,
Carr,
Derek Carr?
Okay.
Dak Prescott.
For most interceptions since that time.
No. 2 turnover plus games.
But how many did he have?
It was over 10. And there was only 4 of them on that list, which were
How many games did he play?
How many games has he played? He's only been in the league. This is his 4th year.
This is my problem, and this is. I'm just gonna break down. My problem with his numbers is it's easier to throw interceptions when you don't have anybody that can get open.
I mean, you're basing that off of
I
this
gave
year.
you-
You're basing it off of this. Last year he
No,
had
no,
Dez.
no.
Last year he still had Terrence Williams. He still had Cole Beasley. He still had his safety
You
blanket,
didn't
Jason
let me finish,
Witten.
though. You didn't let me finish.
Dude, let him finish his thought,
The
bro.
reason I'm saying that is because a perfect example, 3rd and 6, okay, in the red zone, and what do? They put 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and run a play action with 2 tight ends. He only had 2 people that he could throw the ball to and no check down in the red zone. That's not a play you give a quarterback. You don't give him
Yeah,
better
play
options.
calling. Yeah, that's what I said. Play
There's-
calling.
there's-
Terrible.
There is problems.
Pop that bottle.
There
Yeah.
is problems with the coaching staff, right? There is a problem with the play calling, but there is also problems with Dak as far as decision making goes.
Sometimes he makes really poor decisions, but I feel like it's 50-50
See-
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay, if it's 50-50, you can't call him, like when I tell you guys that he sucks, if he's making 50-50 where bad calls versus, play calling, that's not good enough. That will label him as he sucks.
But I feel like
because
if
he
you-
does make 50% of those bad
I'm
decisions.
giving him the benefit of the doubt, though,
Yeah,
man. Hey, man, dude.
yeah, you go shopping, right?
Yeah.
All right, if you go there and all the fruit is pretty bad, you go through and you search for the best of the bad fruit. You don't have a choice. You're not going to go to another supermarket that day. You're going to buy the strawberries that look the best and take out the couple bad ones. He doesn't even have that option. He's just getting a bunch of bad strawberries.
You gotta make the best of what you got. But sometimes the good what you got still makes a good dish.
It's alright. Don't worry, guys. Because the only way to tell this is gonna be
Put him up
what
there.
comes in the future. And I'm still gonna go with, yes, there's a lot of dysfunction with the Cowboys, starting with Jerry Jones, and then going down to the coaching staff, but then after that it's gonna be the personnel. And the thing is, Dak is not the quarterback, right? Everybody keeps going to, oh man, he has the most statistical best rookie season ever. Facts. That is facts. But the thing is, what has he done since? He's on the same trajectory as Amari Cooper, which is why would you give up a first round for that? Right? Jerry Jones is all about bad decisions. Right?
You hear that, Jerry?
Troy Aikman called him out.
Jerry.
All right, Jerry Springer, guys.
Troy though, yeah, Troy, man. He said
No, I didn't take it.
he's got to blow. Yeah. I mean, it's the coaching staff. I mean, play calling and this and that.
The thing is, like, a lot of people
Problem,
want to
really.
see Dak under a new coaching staff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at that, right? But the point is, he still makes those decisions, and it's not a very good decision. I mean, like, so this is the game plan against Dallas, and it's been like this for years. Stop Zeke, make Dak beat you. right? If you're that good, if you don't suck, why would they say, hey, you know what? Let's not play traditionally. Let's stack the box and stop Zeke. Because if Zeke doesn't do anything,
Receivers can't get open.
We have to move
no,
on.
no. This was before that.
Yeah, we have to move on.
This
We
was
gotta
before
move on.
that.
We gotta move on.
I know you're passionate about this.
It's not Red Dead Redemption 2. We're not beating dead horses. Let's just move on. You guys disagree, and that's okay. That's okay. But Andy's wrong.
Yeah.
That's untrue.
So what's up with the association?
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
So I'm hearing there's a lot of dysfunction.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks?
So is
No, Cleveland doesn't rock.
But now, are you talking about the Cleveland Browns? The Cleveland
What difference does it make?
Are we talking about the government?
Hey, you know the biggest news to drop in Cleveland?
Yes.
LaMelo Ball is coming.
Oh, is he gonna make another bad rap album?
No, that's Lonzo. This is LaMelo.
Yeah, Leangelo. It goes Leangelo after that.
Yeah, it's LiAngelo and it's LaMelo.
Wasn't he the one that didn't get signed? And he had the Lakers.
Yeah, he was the one that hopeful. No, LiAngelo's the middle one that I don't know what he's doing. He's probably playing Lithuania again. LiAngelo's the youngest one that a lot of people are still looking at him because he's very raw still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about the.
He
brothers.
is probably the best ball.
Better than Lonzo?
Yeah.
Leangelo, the youngest, is supposed to be the best, I thought.
No. That's not LiAngelo. LiAngelo's the middle.
Cleveland sucks.
So,
LiAngelo's the middle.
who's LaMelo?
Look, it
I'm
goes
so confused.
Lonzo,
They're like
which is the
Kardashians.
current Laker, LiAngelo, which is I don't know what he's doing, and then it's LaMelo.
For real, they're the male versions of the Kardashians.
No, for real.
I mean, they had a reality show.
I know.
Yeah.
So who's
all
Kris
in the
Jenner?
ball in the family or something like that?
Is the dad the Kris Jenner version, or is he the
Caitlyn Jenner?
Bruce.
I think it's
Or
Caitlyn.
He's Caitlyn.
Yeah, he gets a lot more airtime.
Yeah, so he's the Caitlyn. What if his wife?
Caitlyn's Bruce, right?
And his wife would be like, I always wanted to be a man. Is he gonna get switched up?
I don't know, man.
No, but so dysfunction is. This is how dysfunctional it is. It's caused us to get off topic.
No, like it's been bad. So what I've been reading is what I've been reading with Cleveland is that they had a handshake deal to trade Korver if LeBron leaves. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
JR wants to leave. JR is saying Trae Young should be Rookie of the Year, which is terrible. He's probably drinking Henny with that.
Yeah, he's Henny Smith. That's his nickname.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking
and then you know they just finally solved their interim coaching situation because the dude was like, yeah, I'm not gonna coach you guys for my assistant salary. You need to pay me, which is nothing wrong with that in my opinion. With the coach has to get paid. And then George Hill is saying Colin Sexton, number 8 pick, doesn't know how to play basketball, and a lot of people on that team feels the same way. Like he doesn't know how to play basketball.
Team ball? Like he can get his own shot?
Basketball.
So he's not smart enough to pick up how to play with it.
He has a low IQ. He's been relying on like his own like
athletic ability.
Yeah. Which is what, you know.
To get through high school and college.
Yep. I mean, he only played 1 year. The thing is, I've been paying attention to Colin Sexton since high school. Like, I looked at his high school tape, and then like out of nowhere, he just soared up the charts. You know, it wasn't like he was like a top 5 recruit, like you know Zion Williamson. You know, to where like you know he's been the guy, and then let me reclass, let me get into. I mean, no.
Zion Williams
came up out of nowhere.
Guys like Zion Williamson would have gone pro if it weren't for the 1 year.
The 1 year, the one and done.
Yeah. See.
Zion.
I hate the 1 year. For the record, I hate the 1 year college thing. Just let the dudes go pro. Let them make money.
Yeah, let them make their money.
Why you hating? NBA, why you hating?
Yeah, because if not, you got guys going to China.
Let the dudes make money.
And you're taking a spot from a kid that could develop for 4 years.
Yeah.
That may be better off that way. So yeah, and you're costing somebody millions of dollars potentially due to injury just because you want him to go to a stupid.
I mean, look at what's his name?
Now.
Emmanuel Mudiay. He went to China, got hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think he was still a lottery pick.
I didn't know, but I still remember Kyrie Irving. How many games he played at Duke? 2. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
ACL surgery,
and he still was number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that 1 year doesn't matter.
No, you're right.
Yeah, 1 year doesn't matter. Just let the dudes go pro. Why you hating, NBA?
Some of the best players.
Why you hating?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. All right, well.
Player hating.
The Rockets rehired defensive coach from last season. Will this help?
Sam with a something?
No, man. They
No?
to me, man, they got the same. I mean, like Ariza. I think was the glue, man. Once they lost them, the whole thing just kind of.
Every team needs that guy that is willing to pull the team together to, do the play, to make the plays. To somebody
So
else.
it's not Melo.
We knew that.
Oh yeah, Melo was gonna put up. Melo's gonna put up 15, if that, if he's lucky, a game. You know what I mean?
The only way he's
Right.
an all-star is if he plays with a hoodie every game.
NBA won't allow it. NBA's not gonna allow it.
You know,
Is there a bunch of haters?
I mean, I think this will help them. This will help them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but at the
The
same
thing is,
time, I don't think.
they dragged this guy out of retirement pretty much. That's how desperate
they
they were.
played James Ennis III in the starting position over.
I know.
That's all I gotta say about that. James Ennis III. I'm gonna leave it there, and
I don't know who he is.
We'll just move on to should Walton.
Where's
Let's just move on to LA.
LA.
So baby Bill, his dad is
Luke.
I wish I would have his dad. From
Luke, I am your father.
His dad is a hippie. His dad is a man. His dad is hilarious. I wish his dad was my dad. And he's a Boston Celtics legend.
He's basically like Wilt Chamberlain light, like
Bill Walton.
Yeah.
He was always injured. Played for Portland. Played for the Lakers.
He
played
had-
for the Celtics.
one championship year. You know what I mean?
He had that Celtics championship too.
No, yeah.
But that's the year you're talking about with Portland.
Yeah,
where he
for
was
like
the man.
77. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 77.
But that Celtics year, he came off the bench and he was a good contributor.
That I didn't know about.
Yeah, so he has two. But people love him because when he could play, he was great, you know?
Oh yeah.
And his personality is
Oh yeah, he's.
hilarious.
That's why he's on TV.
And he got sick though, that's why he hasn't been on for so long.
Oh, really?
Cancer. But yeah, you could see him, Bill Walton on TV. Like Bill Walton, Craig Sager, together on like NBA stuff, man, there was nothing better. And like that was the golden age, I feel, of like NBA broadcasters.
Really?
We don't have that anymore.
You don't have anybody coming out with crazy suits.
Think of Bill Walton the way he would even talk on a game. You know, like his metaphors and the.
Yeah, he tries to be poetic and
But
crap.
he did it all. He was just so weird and awkward. You loved it.
Yeah. You know, he get a pass if he just kind of like missed shot on a like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just kind of gave him a pass because he's weird. You know what I'm saying?
And this conversation shows you his son should be the coach of the Lakers because we have nothing to say about him. Well, what do you got, Andy? What do you got?
Yeah. Basically, Luke is basically now the puppet for LeBron now.
So is it a Jason Garrett?
He's the Ty Lue of the Lakers.
Is it
now.
Ty? No. They need to hire a Ty Lue. That's the next plan. So do you think? So you're saying he shouldn't be the coach, right?
No, dude.
This is the perfect LeBron style coach, though. It is. I mean, he's a young guy.
He played in the league.
He knows, and you know, he did a good job last year with the young parts that he had.
And he's a champion.
So this is kind of somebody. This is somebody who LeBron can get behind because he know this new Lakers organization. You know, you look at who they had before. Now they got Jeannie Buss back in there, a good basketball mind. They got Magic Johnson in there, a good basketball mind. You know, they got rid of the Buss.
The Buss family.
Yeah,
The Buss.
you know what I mean? Like Jeannie's in there, but they got rid of the brother. So who mismanaged the team for I don't know almost 12 seasons. So she's in there. They have a more cohesive unit, and I think Luke Walton does fit into that, even if he's not the best-minded coach. You know.
So the problem is, in a sense, like he should be the coach because but this is not what he signed up for.
Yes.
He signed up to develop a young team, and like this is what happens. Like this is why like
Basketball.
LeBron is such a huge deal. Like when he comes, like not only do you have to personnel has to change, the style has to change, but your timeline changes. You don't put LeBron because you know the expectations that Walton had was that hey, I'm gonna develop this new team, I'm gonna implement my system and get these guys to mature. And he probably had like a three-year time frame minimum.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's like, oh, LeBron's here. Okay, hey, you better be in the playoffs this year.
It just fast forward. It's just,
Like it
yeah.
really just ramps it up, and to fire him would wouldn't do him justice. The thing is, like, I think Walton is a good coach.
They're gonna hire Maverick Carter.
Yeah, Avery
Johnson.
No, Avery Johnson's going to the Cavs. Avery Johnson's going
If
to
you
the
put Avery
Cavs.
Johnson in there, it's just an older version of Luke. There's not really much of a difference.
And with a high pitched voice.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, Avery Johnson over here. and I just want to say I love the NBA.
And you know what? Can you see like whenever Avery and like LeBron gets into an argument, you can just see how much like he towers over him. He's like looking down and then like it's like mean mugging.
LeBron, you ain't too big to get sat down.
See, the thing is,
I'm the coach. I put you up right now. Sub.
With his little slur.
Luke didn't sign up for it, but I mean to develop players. But once LeBron came, you know, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Now.
It's a different plan now. It's a different plan.
It's
If
the win now.
Luke isn't part of it, then you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not part of something that I thought I once was, you know, maybe it's time for me to go too. You know what I'm saying?
He needs to call Eric Spoelstra and get some advice.
Yeah.
No. Eric will not give him tips because he's currently coaching, but you can call Ty Lue, former Laker.
I wouldn't call Ty Lue. I think Eric Spoelstra actually had like between him and Pat Riley, it's very reminiscent down the line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got Magic, you have Pat Riley. You know, you put them on equal footing. You then you come down the line. You know, even the GM way up to the GM, no, like it's very similar in structure.
And we'll call it now. Ty Lue gets some sort of assistant consultant job before the season
With
ends.
the Bucks.
No. With the Lakers.
With the Lakers?
With the Lakers.
He is part of the Laker family tree.
Yeah, the thing is like Magic could be like
cornrow.
yeah, only if he brings the cornrow.
Only bring the cornrow though.
Luke's a Laker for life too, so it's just very. You can't fire Luke and bring in Ty and keep the family happy, right? What are we going? Oh, wow, we're jumping into our new section.
Hell yeah! Woo woo! Hell yeah!
So I guess let Andy talk about it because it was his idea, and then I'll jump in.
So if you guys can see, where's my co-host? He's not here. So we kind of changed up the orientation a little bit. We got Dan moved to kind of a little bit more behind the scene, little BTS there. And I wanted to keep Dan involved. Everybody likes having Dan on. Value his opinion. Daniel is very, very passionate about fantasy.
Love it.
And not any fantasy, but fantasy football. Let me clarify. Real quick before I get in trouble, So this is his thing. Like, Daniel talks to me about fantasy all the time. So I'm just like, man, you know what? This will be good for a lot of the fans just because, fantasy football is a big part of sports today. I mean, not just, we're just looking at everybody else. Whenever we were at, Dan's house a few weeks back, we're like, hey, you know what? We're just cheering for the players. We don't care about the sport. So, I mean, that's how much it's impacted us, whether we know it or not. So, without further ado, we're going to give you guys Daniel's fantasy sports section where he's going to talk about whatever he wants.
All right, cool. So we got our DraftKings mode up here. Is this the
Thursday night game.
Okay. All right. So it's the Thursday night showdown mode. So I do 3 lineups for the showdown. It's a $10 buy-in. You're going against 300,000 people. So my recommendation in these kind of games is to make sure you have someone who is low owned. I'm gonna just change screens on mine really quick here. And let's see. Did you click on the first line up there? Let's see. Who's on the top? Who's in the captain? Greg Olson? Okay, got it. So as you go through these lineups, you have a $50,000 salary cap. With that salary cap, you have to put together the best team to score the most points and beat everybody. It's pretty simple. Some people compare it to the stock market because the prices for each player fluctuate due to matchups and their previous week's performance. Going a little further, there's a whole bunch of analytics and everything that go into it, but I'm going to try and wrap it up quick and tell you why I picked who I picked. So, we know the matchup this week is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Carolina Panthers. That is a Thursday night football game. This is a single game contest. So you can only pick players from one team. The reason I say you need to differentiate is because, well, everybody's going to be picking from the same player pool. It's not like you have 10 games to pick from or 8 games to pick from and there's going to be, 300 or 400 people in the pool. There's really only 8 or 10 players you can use. So, I want to get the best team that I can have. The captain position is worth 1.5 times the points you would normally get, but the salary is also multiplied by 1.5. So, Greg Olson being $9,600 is normally a $6,000 buy, but I think he's in the best position to get these points. Pittsburgh is very, very weak against the tight end. And I think in the captain position, he'll be the lowest owned, where people are going to want big hitters like Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster, Christian McCaffrey, and Cam Newton. So I went with the least obvious because I want to win all the money. As you go down the list, you have Antonio Brown. DFS is all about scoring points, and when somebody's getting 10 to 12 targets a game, they need to be in your lineup, no matter what their price is. Jesse James, having 2 tight ends in my lineup here with Jesse James and Vance McDonald allow me to have a lineup that nobody else will have, because who's going to play 2 tight ends from the same team? Nobody. You know, and in this kind of showdown, I only need 10 points out of each one of them. Just a couple passes and maybe a touchdown for one and some yardage for the other. So I get 10, 15 points out of each of them, I'm golden, right? Then you move on to Cam Newton. Everybody's going to have Cam Newton. He's going to be 50, 60% owned, right? It's going to be Cam Newton or Ben Roethlisberger. With this setup, I was allowed to have both of them. Having both of these players allows me the ability to potentially have every touchdown on the board. Whether they pass into James Conner for a screen, pass to Antonio Brown, pass to Christian McCaffrey, pass all these passes and runs, I'm going to have the quarterback touching the ball first. So I have in my mind, it gives me the best ability to score the highest amount of points. And then the most important part is leaving money on the table. It says remaining salary, $1,400. 90% of DFS players use 100% of their salary. So if I do that, chances are I'm going to have the same lineup as everyone else, right? So this is my first little video for you guys, my first little talk about. So this Thursday night football game, just take into account that you want to be different. That's my first rule of DFS, be different. My second rule is to leave money on the table. And my third rule is to do the unexpected. Play the players that other people aren't. Even if they're a great player in a bad matchup, play that guy because nobody will. And if he goes off, you take home all the money. So good luck Thursday. And if you guys want any DFS advice, hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you can find me, The Complete Agent, and I will be happy to give you some tips.
Daniel sounds like the contrarian.
I am the contrarian, yes. That would be me. That's exactly how I play.
Go against the grain, huh?
So since we're talking money, talking sports, we also introduced a new section. It's Bet the Spread.
Let's do it.
Man, hell yeah. You like to bet?
Nah. Let's think about it. It's on air. Nah, I don't like to bet. Nah. But we're just gonna go down. We're gonna keep a record of this. So for me, this is kind of like our locks of the week, which is like our best bets if we were a betting man, which we're not. I got New Orleans -4 against Cincinnati. What you got, Sam?
Oh, I got get Seattle +10 against the Rams and the over 50. So I'm doubling down, all right? I'm doubling down.
All right. I mean, hey, you only have to choose one. This is the guy that's like the overachiever. Let me do all the extra credit stuff.
Yeah. No. It's kind of like that baseball beat the streak.
Yeah.
I'm going 2 here. You know what I'm going for 2.
I got 2 calls. Seattle's going to win by 10.
Uh-huh.
They can't lose by.
They can't lose by 10.
They can't lose by 10 plus. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to be within 10 points.
Yep, of the Rams.
And the combined total score will be above 50 in the game.
Yep.
What you got, Dan?
What you got? Yeah.
Man, I can pick from any game?
Any game.
Do you want a lock or do you want the...
No, we don't want the lock. We don't want it could possibly happen, it's a good value. No, we want the lock.
Lock of the week, especially if you're playing in like survivors and you haven't used this team yet, use Kansas City against the Cincinnati Bengals. That's your lock of the week.
You have to use the spread.
Well, then they'll beat the spread as well. I think
17? -17?
Yeah, I think they will.
So that's you?
There's no AJ Green.
Huh? So that's you.
I
just want to say, let's clarify. You are KC -17.
Yes.
All right.
I'm all in.
Team send it. All right.
Damn, team send it.
All right,
man. Damn.
We're going to switch it up. Let's talk some football. Let's talk some real football.
Football yesterday.
You didn't give us your take.
I did. I got you Nola -4.
Nola -4.
Oh, okay.
Got that football. Hey, yesterday, group play in UEFA Champions League. Man, Liverpool, who was the finalist last year, lost to some Serbian team known as, would translate as Red Star.
And that looks like a Red Star.
Yeah, dude. They lost 2-0. Liverpool, a final. See, Liverpool should be spanking his ass. But, see, man, this is an upset. This is a big upset.
I mean, it says it right there. That team is only okay. I mean, they beat a pretty good team. I mean, it says, that tells me enough right there.
Yeah, this is group play, man. Liverpool's in a group with it's in a tough group. Now they got no wiggle room. No wiggle room, man. They gotta get wins and everything, man.
So it's gotta be W's from here on out.
Yeah, it's gotta be W's from here on out, or else Liverpool might not even make it to the knockout stage, which is like the playoffs, you know, kind of like the World Cup. This is basically like group play and then knockouts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Basically, Liverpool is in a tough spot here because I think they're third in their group right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a powerhouse, you lose to any team that's really like unknown to the rest of the world. Like,
Yeah.
it's partly frowned upon.
The closest thing is like if Alabama were to lose to like Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. This is basically what it is.
Yeah.
He meant Arkansas State.
No, it's probably like when who did Old Dominion beat up on this year?
Old
That's what it
Dominion.
is.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech.
Virginia
Yeah.
Tech. Like that.
Virginia Tech losing to Old Dominion. See, Old Dominion is not even in a power conference. You know what I'm saying? Red Star.
This OK Red Star team is not in a power conference.
Yeah. No, that's an F. That's a 5. You know what I mean?
I don't know. From the English standpoint, it looks like OK Red Star team.
Everything about that looks like Russian propaganda.
Yeah. It is. It's this team was founded after World War II when Yugoslavia was founded. Yeah. So basically, it's Serbian, so they write in the Cyrillic script.
Okay.
So basically, that's a 5. You know, like in a Greek lettering, 5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So-
you know how else I can tell this?
So that's that stands for football, and the K is club.
Club? Okay.
Yeah, football club.
All right. Okay. We can take the OK part away. But
Uh-huh.
you know how else I can tell it's not a good team?
team.
On top of their logo, they only have 2 stars. They only have 2 stars. Look at that. They only have 2 stars. That means they're not that great.
They're not even good.
You either got
Prestige.
Come on.
Low
Come
prestige. Low prestige.
nobody goes 2 out of 2
They
stars.
have
It's
3
either 2
stars
out of
total,
3.
though. There's one that's really big. They're trying to count it as more than one.
Nah, you only count the ones up top. You know the ones that's on
That's
the
the
same
review.
color.
That's the yellow.
Yeah, that's a rough
Man.
review. So you can say it's 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 5. It doesn't matter. It's only okay.
It's got a 26 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh man. No, but yeah.
We got this interesting headline. I still want to talk about it because I don't really have time to change it before the show because the second news dropped today. But Mayweather apparently didn't officially agree to fight MMA in Japan, which I thought was really weird. Why would he go there? It's probably not a big money fight. I don't think Japanese MMA is a big deal anyways. And you know what Mayweather is all about money, right? I don't think this is a big score for him. And then today, like literally like 2 hours ago, he said he never agreed to fight.
Give me your thoughts, Sam. I need to hear this.
That's garbage, man. I think he agreed, but then he, after he had some people talking to his ear, man, you ain't gonna make nothing. You ain't gonna make nothing from this fight. You ain't gonna make nothing.
They promised you. They promised you 5 million
Yeah.
yen.
Yeah, 5 million yen. So I'm saying that I think he backed out when he realized the money ain't that great. No. His posse, his everything, his agent, his manager, and
The guy that
his
carries
crew.
in the Louis bag with
Yeah.
the cash.
So I mean, people telling no, this ain't gonna work out. I mean, this ain't paying enough, man. This ain't gonna cover my part. You know what I mean? I'm expecting a little more than this. You know what I mean? Especially, I think a manager probably.
So let's do a little twist on this because this wasn't the way I expected. So he's trying to get into MMA. So could this potentially be what he talked about, a year or 2 ago, where he is willing to meet McGregor in the octagon, to where this is maybe like a little warm up.
Hey, close up on my face right now.
Close up on my face, insert angle.
SMH.
So what is this for?
SMH.
But then what is this for? What is the angle? What's the end game here?
When I saw the video of what the kickboxer was capable of, I think I've seen it before Floyd, and Floyd just watched the video, and that's why he decided that. He said, "I never signed nothing. I didn't agree to get this ass whooping." That's basically
What kind of file?
Have you seen the clips of this?
Well,
guy?
he's
No.
the number 1 kickboxer in Japan.
What kind of bout we talking about
Straight
here?
right in the house.
Is it gonna be a straight boxing or is it kickboxing?
This is MMA. This is MMA.
Oh,
so
okay,
MMA
okay.
is probably like, hey, I can choke you out and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Floyd is built for that. Like, he's a great boxer and technical and everything, but MMA, people can grapple you.
Yeah.
They can kick you. I mean, Connor's made a career out of just a little.
Floyd is a
little-
defender. He's a
Didn't Connor
defender.
started out as a boxer, but then he wasn't great at the stand-up, so he went to straight to MMA?
Dude, Connor has the best stand-up game
In MMA.
in MMA.
Yeah,
I
but
like Tyson.
as a
Woodley.
boxer, and as
I
a
think
straight
Tyson-
boxer,
Tyson
Connor,
really has a
that's what he
great
started
stand-up
as.
game.
And
Like-
he's garbage.
But that's just my eyes.
I don't know. We got straight right in the house.
That's straight right.
What,
Hey.
what, how do you feel about Connor's stand-up game?
He's garbage.
Yo, did you see Deontay Wilder's tape speaking of stand-up game? Did you see his spar? Bro, the dude he was sparring with did not want to even be in there. Like, the guy that was, holding his gloves and all that, he did not, those hands are ridiculous. A lot of times they say I would fight anybody in the world if it came down to it, but I don't know. I might run. But yeah, you really think Connor's game is that good? I think it's kind of ugly. I think it's messy.
Like he's got this, like he feels yellow. Because he's got those long reach, right? He's got the long reach. He's got this, like
Yeah, skill.
this is his thing. Like if Sam and I were in a fight right now, this is what it'll be like. This
You'd
is
be
my
like
hardest thing. You don't do that,
And I'd be like this, right?
So like he's got the reach, but he's got a great stand-up game. And for me again, let me re-ask this question.
It's not great.
For a MMA fighter, is it passable?
For an MMA fighter.
Yeah,
yes.
like not for
But
let's take it
most-
out from the boxing standpoint. From for MMA, is he a good stand-up fighter for that sport particularly?
He is average.
Average.
He's average. There's a lot
But
of
he's got
guys.
fulfilling arms.
There's a lot of guys that I think will whoop Connor if he was bigger or if he's at a different weight class. He is accurate. I can never take his accuracy. I think that he studies film a lot. I think that he picks his
It's counters,
opponents
right? It's his counters. It's the way he counters
Yeah,
them.
and that comes from studying film.
Okay.
I don't think that he's that great, but a lot of MMA guys don't have good hands. I mean, they don't sit down on their punches because they're so worried about other things. And if you teach an MMA guy, like all the MMA guys that come to my gym, if you teach an MMA guy how to be confident standing up, and you teach them a boxing background for their striking, you are set for wrestling, countering, kicks, all the other kind of stuff, because the stigma is that boxing leaves you open, it leaves you square, which that's the worst thing, that's not even true. A boxing stance is not square. If you're ever square in boxing, you're wrong. So if you take, I've seen it before. My homeboy went over to Memphis and took the champion's belt from V3 Fights. What's his name? I forgot his name. He moved. But anyway, he came, his confidence in the cage is so much stronger after training with us for like 6 months, a year. He went over there and just walked through.
Well, he knew he could knock people out.
Yeah.
I think knowing that when someone comes at you for a shoot and you can sidestep and you can maybe it's just a straight right on your sidestep. You can put him to sleep right to the temple.
Yeah,
Pow.
because that's how all the fights start out, is exchanging, punches,
Yeah.
right? They don't. It's not like like sumo wrestling to where like immediately like when the bell rings like you lock up. No, like they're trying to do stand up, and then from there they strategize on where do we go from here? But it always starts with the stand up.
Yeah. That was Brian Mitchell, by the way. Brian Mitchell went over and took V3's champion's belt.
Brian
after
Mitchell.
shooting us, but,
Sounds like a player.
all fights do start there. You're right,
Redskins.
you're correct.
Well, I think we have to jump to the fresh plugs.
Yep.
Your mic's not there. You just talked right into your beard.
Yep.
You should pull the mic a little closer to the edge.
Nah.
No, the mic. Yeah. We got fresh plugs.
Plugs.
There's
We're
one.
nearing the end of the show.
Absolutely.
And we're making.
No! Come on, man!
If you don't like that, we'll send it another one.
No. That's the coolest one. That's the coolest one.
Dude, man. Hey, real quick. Do y'all see the waves? Like, look at the hair. Like, it's moving. There's some wind, man. Like, look at the hair
Every time I see
right
this
there.
photo, I wonder what was going through your head. This is,
Like, I think what happened with this photo was taken is he did a quick turn. Like quick turn, so like the hair is still like moving.
He don't even look surprised. He looks like Yes.
It's a pose. It's a straight pose. It's terrible, but it's so great.
Whoop-de-whoop.
Whoop-de
You
whoop.
can put anything next to that. Yeah, you can put anything next to that as an advertisement.
It's already sold.
Photo credit, Josh Pham.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, from way back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's
I spoke to him earlier today.
Yeah.
He might be in town for a couple weeks.
09 summer sports
Summer Sports Mania.
mania.
Summer of
Two-
Night treated you well.
2009 right there.
Give her a year for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys are so dumb. So what do we got going
Yeah.
on this week?
Well, the main event is the Phoenix Jam tomorrow. And
Rise from the ashes.
exactly. So it's going down at Pinpoint. I feel like we are literally like the official sponsored partner to Pinpoint, given that like the past 30 events that we've plugged.
Pinpoint.
Some exaggeration there. I've been at Pinpoint, but yeah, our homie Bo Counts and the crew, the Mixart DJs are gonna put on a just good old fashioned party. Get down. Got DJ Short Fuse. Beatbox might get on the decks as well. He actually is by the end of the night. Mix 10, EO, and then of course we got the local b-boy crew, Breaking Habits. There's a couple of Breaking Habits hopefuls that are going to try to battle, and they're going to go through the gauntlet, and it should be a good time. And in addition to that, there's going to be some really nice works of art by Tiger Sasha, Tommy Tropical, and Joel. There'll be a silent auction as well, so should be good times. Doors open. Show starts at 9. Doors should open a little bit before then, and we're going to party until closing time. So those of you who listen to 105.3, you may have actually heard the radio ad tonight, but you'll probably hear it at least 4 to 5 times tomorrow. So yeah, hashtag yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we got. So what do we got on next section here?
Oh, I got one thing to add real quick. Part of the crew, I know Sam and I for sure, maybe Daniel, we are going to be tailgating this weekend.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're going to be around. Like, we don't have our own tailgate, but we're going to be around. If you see us, let us know. Let's talk. Let's talk some sports.
Definitely. Yeah. There's a couple tailgates that we're probably gonna
Which
hit up.
ones? I mean, there's gonna be.
There's the Juan one. The Juan.
Yeah.
The Juan tailgate. We got
Juan.
the Joe tailgate.
Yeah, we got the Joe tailgate.
And
It's,
then we got one with Ryan and Adam that we're gonna go to. We're all probably gonna be there early. I don't know how long we'll stay just because the 6:30 game.
But SEC Nation's gonna be over by Bo Walton Arena. You might see a TATS shirt there. Come and say what's up.
Yeah, come and say what's up. Come and say what's up. We also got Dirty Rice. Sunday night football. Sunday night football at Grubs.
Rogers.
Come and say what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, we're gonna move into No They Didn't.
Oh no, she didn't.
Oh yeah.
So this is funny. So if we can pull up so this is pretty much what you do, like when you test your girlfriend or
It's one of
something
the
like
funniest
that,
things I've ever
right?
heard
Yeah.
before.
So the Raiders, one of the coaches sent Jamarcus hamburger eating Russell
Everything eating.
blank tapes where it's got nothing on it. So he's always he doesn't have the best work ethic.
Yeah.
But he came back and he's like, yeah, I studied the blitz package. The blitz package on blank tapes. That's probably why this guy's not in the league right now.
Well, he was smoking a lot of weed at the time.
He was probably eating a lot of weed too.
Eating. Especially in
He's just like, you know what? He's like, why smoke it when I can just eat it?
Edibles weren't really a thing.
No, it wasn't even edible. It was like just the whole plant, straight from the soil.
He was eating everything, bro. His nickname was Jamarcus Defensive Tackle Russell. Like
I like the Marcus hamburger
He could
Russell.
throw an 80-yard ball.
Man.
An 80-yard ball, accurate, he could throw. But he couldn't keep his weight down.
I mean, he probably got tired after like second
Yeah.
down. He's like, hey, somebody help.
You talk about he likes to eat, you know what I'm saying? Good thing there's not too many Popeyes chicken out in Oakland. Not too many, like they are
He's from
in
LSU, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually from Alabama, the coast. He's from Mobile. It's where,
Mobile.
which is just,
They just have withdrawals, man.
So, I mean,
And
there's some Popeye chicken there.
There's some soul food.
But like in
He
Baton
should be
Rouge,
okay.
and, you know what I'm saying, Louisiana. I mean, in New Orleans and stuff, man. Even Mobile. There's plenty. It's like every big intersection. There's a Popeye chicken. Oakland. There's a few.
Nothing. They got fine dining.
It's just fewer.
Fine dining.
There is Popeyes, but there's just fewer.
Well, since the Golden State Warriors have come in, there's been a lot of new businesses and restaurants that have opened up. They really,
So are you saying Jamarcus now 400 pounds?
He's probably.
Oh no! What's his face?
Hey, did you hear he got mistaken for Suge Knight?
Who got mistaken for Suge Knight?
Marcus Russell.
Oh man.
No, but it just was funny.
Like, is he back home now?
Huh?
Where's he at?
I don't know, man.
Marcus?
We'll find out later.
Suge
Like
Knight just got in trouble again.
Yeah.
he's in prison.
He's in prison.
How did you get in trouble in prison?
Suge Knight. They did like a whole psychological evaluation of him.
You're right. True.
Suge Knight's the same dude that helped Vanilla Ice over a balcony.
Yup.
For 19K. So, I mean, that's not somebody that I'm surprised. He's done anything bad. You know what I mean? Like Suge Knight has been on trial for murder several times.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Him getting in trouble in jail, he's probably running a whole squad of people.
So is he like who's the dude in Daredevil that runs the prison? Fisk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like the Fisk.
Kingpin.
Yeah, he's the kingpin there. But hey, let's move on to let's get some positivity in here.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. I know Daniel got something to say, so let me just shoot it all over to him.
Oh yeah.
The
Go ahead.
possession receiver has got his first touchdown.
Yes, she did.
What's wrong with this touchdown, though, even though we're on, oh yes they did, is it was at the end of the game, had no meaning, and it was just bonus points. Like they were already.
So it's garbage. Basically garbage
time
point. Based
touchdown.
garbage time.
Yes. So
Hey, but there were points for me.
Julio-
I have Julio in 2 leagues.
I had Matt Ryan throwing the ball.
I have Matt
It
Ryan
wasn't
all
garbage.
I'd like to see Julio get a meaningful touchdown to take a lead or to do something. You know what I mean? Until then, you are still a possession receiver.
Let's just see how it happened. Let's just roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
People score if it's on there too.
4.
And boom. And look, not touched. Had 2 good blocks.
Is that Clinton Dix?
I think it was, yeah, because he got traded his first week up there.
Yeah.
But look, he tries to arm tackle him. And that guy shouldn't even have touched Julio, right? He should have cut back. I mean, he's a
Like he
possession
almost
receiver.
didn't make a touchdown.
I think he was like, I haven't got one this whole season. Let me fight a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the only fight I've seen in him. I saw more fight in Apollo Creed when he was dead on the mat than I see in Julio Jones when he
Hey,
had the ball.
Creed. Hey, it's been Creed.
Good Creed.
Creed 2 coming
I'm
out though.
dying over there.
Creed 2
Michael
coming
B.
out.
Jordan.
Creed 2 coming out though, right?
That was cold?
Yeah, man.
That's what metaphors are supposed to be ice cold.
Apollo 9 still.
Right? Did that not hurt? You go from the James Brown to that scene and hot, heat, hot, and everybody's
Hot here's belly.
living in America. That whole thing,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and you're hyped, right? Because you never seen nothing like that in a movie. You're like, damn, this is crazy, And then bow, he's dead the next scene.
Gone.
And the whole thing with Rocky's throwing in the towel as he's falling down. Like you should have did that 7 hits ago.
Nah, he kept it. Remember, he didn't throw it.
Oh, he didn't throw it?
That's why he regrets it, because he didn't throw it.
Okay, that was the flashback scene when he was in the car. What was the song when he was in the car?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh my god, it was all about regret too. Like it was Cats in the Cradle. Was it Cats in the Cradle? I think it was
Cats in the Cradle and the field was fun.
No, not that.
That one.
No, not that one.
I was like, dude, I don't remember hearing that
Cats in the
song.
Cradle. No, I'll show it to you later.
Alright.
All right. So this wraps up 33rd episode. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Chef Lou,
Dirty Rice.
and we're out.
TATS. Two Asians talk sports.